Call, Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the elders, apostles, the great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the sincere occupy pushing the truth and sincerity. I want to do a lesson. Not a lesson, but I want to comment on something that's supposed to be happening, or what they're talking about right now. Is Antifa. Is like a revolutionary group that want to start a civil war and basically get Trump out of the office by any means necessary. That right now they're supposed to be like they're trying to get everybody to help them. They're gathering they're trying to gather like gay factions, people that are for immigrants, so-called immigrants staying in America, and Black Lives Matter, people who are tied into that. Basically anybody who's against Trump and Trump supporters, because they feel like Trump support, in their eyes, Trump supporters are like neo-Nazis, new Nazis of America or whatever. So right now, they're trying to gather up everybody that they can to start a civil war on November 4th coming up. I want to get some scriptures on that. This is Mark 3:23. And he called unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? How can the wicked cast out the wicked? You got devils against devils. Devils trying to call out other devils. How can they do that? How can the wicked call out the wicked for doing wicked? That don't even make sense. That's all. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So you got right now, you got devils versus devils, and so-called America. You got devils versus devils. You got the government and Trump and the Trump supporters just going to soon be coming up against Antifa, if that happens or not. But we already know in the scriptures there's going to be some kind of a stand, people versus, there's going to be people, there's going to be the wicked versus the wicked, and there's going to be some kind of a civil war according to the scriptures. We know that's going to happen, but how it plays out, we don't exactly know for sure how it's going to play out, but we know something like that is going to take place. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So this is going to be the fall of America if this does happen. This is going to be the fall of America, or the beginning of the fall, which ultimately we know is going to lead to martial law. But this is going to be the beginning of the fall. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. So if it's going to be a civil war, the foundation is going to fall. It's going to crumble from beneath. So that's not going to work. That's not going to work. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and a sword in their hands. Because these guys right now, they're talking about from November November 4th and on, they're going to be going around starting all kinds of problems and killing the cops and all the Trump supporters, right? Then you got they were talking about doing it from November 4th, from sun up to sundown, And every day from that point on, they're going to be doing something. They're going to be doing something destructive until Trump come out of office. They're not going to stop until that happens. They're going to keep doing what they're doing until Trump comes out of office. And if you in this truth, we by any means we want America to fall down. So if this does happen, the Lord's men, we all for this. We are all for this. We're not going to be involved in it, but if it takes place, we're going to be rejoicing over it. It's going to be a good thing. Ultimately, it's going to be Yahweh putting the spirit on them for them to do this. If this does take place. For there shall be sedition among men. And that's what it is right now. It's sedition among men. You got Natifa. You got Natifa versus Trump and the Trump supporters and what they got going on. But ultimately, this is how it's supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen anyway, because this whole kingdom, this whole setup got to come down. It was never meant to last forever. Since the beginning, Esau was supposed to come into power, rule by the sword, and then eventually be supplanted by Yasharallah. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Because right now, they're ready and set to do this November 4th, and they're not worried about none of they're not worried about what Trump's going to do. They're not worried about what none of the mayors are going to do, because this is supposed to be all over, not just in one specific place. This is supposed to be all over in America. They're going to be doing this at one specific time in different places of every city. And they're not worried about what Trump's going to do, what these mayors are going to do, what these governors are going to do, what these commissioners are going to do, what the police are going to do, what the army is going to do. They're not worried about none of that. They're set on doing what they got to do. They're set on doing what they got to do and doing it as long as they got to do it. A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. Because right now, they're telling people on November 4th, we don't know what's going to happen, but whatever you do, try to stay indoors. Because if you come out, it's going to like want them to do whatever they're going to do even more, right? So they're telling people to stay indoors, don't come outside, and if you do, be armed, right? For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Because right now you got cops that are afraid. They're afraid of what's going to happen on the 4th. You got people that's afraid. They're talking about buying guns, and if anything happens, they're going to do whatever they need to do to protect their families and stuff. But for the times that's coming, the people that's in this truth, we already know eventually this was going to take place. Something along this effect. We already knew something like this was going to take place. We're already prepared for this. Not in a carnal sense, but in a spiritual sense. We're ready and prepared, and we're getting ready and prepared in a spiritual sense. Because we already know, even though it's going to be a physical battle out here, the Lord's men, until that time comes, we're gonna have to keep it. We're gonna have to keep it spiritual and filter everything through the scriptures. We're not gonna be taking place and what's going on out here. No matter what, we're not gonna be out here taking place unless we get that order. This is Mark 3:26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. So there it is right there. There's going to be an end. Once you got when Satan comes up against Satan, a house can't stand like that. It's going to fall. That's how Israel fell, and that's how we're down now in this little state, because you got niggas versus niggas killing each other. We can't stand together, so we fell, and we're still falling till this day. And now it's saying, so it's going to be no different for with Satan. When Satan comes up against Satan, when these devils start doing their thing, they're going to fall. A divided house can't stand. And that's been proven time and time again throughout history, especially with Israel. But otherwise willing, this does take place, because we definitely want to get out of here. So we really do want this to take place. If it does take place, we really want this to happen. But call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the sincere, occupied person of truth and sincerity. Shalom, Makia.